We had an event that we called Next Level Relationships. The idea for this actually came from a previous event that we had where we talked about what was an unhealthy relationship. And what we found is that many people have not really seen healthy relationships in action.
We shift from talking about it just being a female condom. We call it a condom for anybody that wants to have sex, right? So we call it an internal condom. So we take out this whole, who are you having sex with? It's not about who you're having sex with, it's the kind of type of sex that you're having that determines your risk, but it also determines as to how you can take care of yourself and what condom is best for that sexual act.
So we talked about the stages of relationships and also healthy communication in relationships.
I talked about love. It was important for me to discuss love because I feel like in activism, in community, we don't take enough time to love on each other, love with each other. Everybody's always worrying about what caused to fight, and we forget to love through that process. So I felt like it was really important to touch upon that.
I heard once, love was nothing more than sacrifice and compromise between people in closer proximity than the rest of the world. So we do what we hear, trying to make sense of a world that hears but never listens. Listen like putting your hand on the side of a speaker and feeling that bass treble.
So we're all involved in relationships in our lives, and the fact that ABCD was putting this on for folks in our community, for women and their partners, I just found it important for me to be here to speak from a male perspective on how intimacy and love is important, not just for women, but for men as well.
So I grew up right around the corner from here on Columbia Road, and I started studying relationships the same place where all of us do in my family, by watching my parents. And my mother and father were married for over 50 years. And when I was a child, when I was a little boy growing up on Columbia Road, I remember looking at their relationship and thinking, I am not gonna do this. They were obviously devoted to one another, but their relationship lacked something that I would say is more like intimacy, like affection.
How do we take the relationships that we are in and really move them to the next level where they are growthful and satisfying to both ourselves and the people that we're in relationships with?
The first stage is understanding and accepting the fact that you're in relationship with somebody for the purpose of your own growth and for the growth of your partner. The next stage that must happen is healing and intimacy. Now, the ability to really move into the healing and intimacy stage is directly dependent upon how willing you are to be vulnerable with your partner.
Love is like making infused water. You let us sit and simmer, sister soaked in the fruitfulness of your mind. You picked and peeled the psyche of my layered soul, made the most of those places where I've been dented, bented, and bruised in the past. Those dark spots and parts of my life are just perfect to you. You actually see them as ingredients added to me. You say God was chefing up how to make a real woman when he made me.
I hate saying sorry. I hate when people say sorry to me. I always say, why be sorry when you can just avoid doing things to be sorry for? Yet sorry is how I feel, for what I did to you, for breaking you, for choosing to run instead of love. And now I'm feeling sorry about feeling sorry, wishing you just forgive me.
We wanted to talk about love in terms of intimate relationships, but just love in terms of our friends and family and community. And this was a way of us being able to do that.